This video went off the rails a little bit, and I might have bit off a tad bit more than I could chew, but it's all better and starting to get back on track, and I'll show you what I mean. Oh yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Back Shop Electric. My name is Steve, and this video is about the replacement of the yacht floor center console with the later model center console that's got storage, power ports, and extra cup holders. Now, if you've got a first gen Model S, or you've ridden in one or you've seen one, the yacht floor seemed like a really cool way to show the space and the inside the cab of the car, and it showed how different electric cars really are from the traditional internal combustion engine cars that have a tunnel for the transmission and a drive shaft that go from the engine all the way to the rear axle. That's not really necessary in an electric car. So Tesla, I imagine, this is my speculation, wanted to demonstrate what that looked like by showing how much extra room was inside the cab. And the yacht floor was kind of neat to look at, but not very functional. You could drop stuff in it. It ended up kind of being like a place to pile stuff. And the Model S, the first gen Model S, was notorious for knowing to only have the two cup holders in the armrest. So having lived through that with my first gen Model S, and then moving on to the P90D here, I really wanted to have that center console. I wanted to see if it was feasible to switch it out, which indeed it is. So this video is how to take the old one out, how to put the new one in, and a couple little technical things you got to know to do it. So let's get into it. So this is the aftermarket center console. I'm trying to remember who made this thing, but it is of not great quality. Like, for example, I went to close it the other day and this thing popped off, and then this plastic piece right here is coming off. You can see it's kind of sticky, yucky in here. One of the things I do like about this particular one is that you can half close it. It's not all open or all closed, so that's really a good thing. And when it's clean, it actually doesn't, it fits pretty well in with the decor of the car. And it's not that bad. The only other problem with it is, oh, look at that, it's falling apart. Yep, that right there and that right there are two screws that I had to put in this, the stock armrest, which in this particular case, I'll be replacing that, but that's my review for this. So now I'm going to take this sucker out, put the stock one in. I'm really excited about it. I gotta take the whole car apart though. So some of the wiring is different, only for probably for the temperature sensor and for the 12 volt thing. I think these are the same plugs, looks to be anyway. So I'll probably just swap these wires over because I'm not going to change the wiring on the car, but I do see the improvement that they made. That's pretty cool. So here we've got the new center console and here's the old one. And if you look, you can see the contours are pretty much the same, but probably the biggest difference is this plug and these two plugs. So this is the one that goes with the car. This is compatible with the car, and this one is not. And I noticed that the USB ports that go just underneath the armrest on both cars is the same, but the newer version does have two USB ports for the rear seats. And I want to use those, but I know that the 12 volts isn't accounted for in this plug like they are from here. And it looks like to me that this right here, if you can't really see it, this right here powers the USB plugs, and it's just 12 volts from what I understand. Now I don't have a way to test this from the car, and I don't have the wiring diagrams for this this particular model, but I did notice this is the vertical panel that the vent comes out of. Actually, this is the cup holder, and just above it are the USB ports. Well, this guy right here looks like it's a drop-down transformer, which transforms it from 12 volt to 5 volt for the USB. I'm going to make an assumption that there's 12 volts going in here, because automotive parts or automotive systems are 12 volts, and there's 5 volts coming out for the USB ports. So we're going to go test that out here now. So as a test to make sure this thing is a 12 volt to 5 volt converter, because I don't know that it is, but I'm pretty sure that it is. What I'm going to do, take this plug that I'm hooked up 12 volt wires up to, I'm going to put 12 volts here, plug this sucker in where it goes right here. There we go. I'm going to plug these guys in right here. We're going to take this one out and put this one into the new one. And then the only thing we got to do is splice 12 volt wires here. So this is the back side now. And remember, this is upside down. And the only wire here that isn't present on the old one is this 12 volt wire. Okay, so probably splice here. This little plug needs to make it over to this. So this is held in place by this, and these hold this in place, so it's a double locking deal. That's pretty genius, Tesla. Cut the wires for these right here. I'm going to splice these in there in line because the odds that I'll be using all three of these at the same time is pretty low. This little guy is the armrest that goes between the driver and passenger seats up front. And this is where the armrest and the cup holder is actually right in here, but you can't see it because that assembly is missing right now. But I'm going to attach this, and to give you an idea, this is where, how does it come out on here? This is the cup holder on the back, if that gives you an idea. So my car doesn't have that. This is one of the things that I wanted, plus these handy USB charging points that we'll talk about here in a little bit. At least I'll show you that in the video. So this is the entire assembly that's going to go for the center console. Now, one thing that I want to note is that Tesla did sell this drop-in, as a modification that was available for the Model S. I chose to replace the whole assembly because I wanted the cup holders and the USB ports on the back here. So that's why I got to change out the whole thing. If you just want the custom, or not the custom, but the, if you want just the Tesla version of this, you can get this drop-in. You can probably find it online, but I wanted the whole shebang, so that's why I'm doing this whole deal right here. So this is going to go in the car right now. So there you have it, how to remove the yacht floor out of the first gen Model S and replace it with the Tesla stock center console with the extra cup holders and power ports for the back seat. If you got any questions about this video or any of the other videos that I've made, please go ahead and hit me up at info@backshopelectric.com or leave a comment in the section below. Also, make sure to keep a lookout for the next videos I've got coming up, a couple of shorter videos about how to remove components, seats, trim panels and stuff like that, and how to install a dash cam. If you're a first gen Model S, you need a dash cam. If you've got AP2 and higher, you don't need a dash cam because you got the Sentry. But anyway, not everybody's got that. Maybe we can do something about it. So, I really appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you around the back shop. That was pretty good. I think it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It felt pretty good. So we're gonna go inside and check it out and see what kind of mess we got in there. Eesh. Little insight into this guy's life. Ooh. Also, be sure to check out my website, www.backshopelectric.com, for a collection of links to the videos and just something kind of fun for me to do. No, don't do that. Just don't.
Oh, dad bod. Look at that. Ugh.
Yeah, let's prep this up a little bit. So messy. Oh, it's messy. Little handy sandy there. Some cargo hooks for whatever reason. So this is so embarrassing. Oh, yuck. Oh my gosh. Yeah, at least, you know, making YouTube videos, you gotta like
let people into your space. And this is definitely one of my spaces. So
That little guy ruined my day.
oh, that's like probably one of the worst bolts to have stuck. And the worst part about it is that it got stuck when I was pulling it out. I mean, who gets a bolt stuck when you're pulling it out? Usually it gets stuck going in. I figured it out, that's for sure.